Hey everyone, welcome back to Miss Katie's Art Room. These past couple weeks we've been talking about balance in an artwork. Um, and that just means kind of how things are placed on the page. We want things to be even. We don't want big empty spaces that our eye just kind of moves across and forgets. We want to fill the page and have things placed evenly. Um, and so today we are taking inspiration from the Ojibwe Medicine Wheel or Circle of Life. Um, and using that as kind of our inspiration to create our own version. Now, one thing we want to be sure about, we do not want to appropriate or copy this symbol, especially if it's not part of your own culture. We're using it as just an inspiration. So we are going to use the shape, and we're going to use the idea of using symbols and colors to communicate an idea. So let's get started. Here's the materials you'll need. All right, so once you have everything, you are ready to go. And first thing we're gonna do is trace a circle, really nice and big, onto our paper. So I picked this lid as what I'm gonna trace because it fills nearly my whole page. And then next I am just going to take my ruler and get some nice straight lines, doing as best I can to go through the center of the circle. So I want to do lines going two opposite ways. You can do them kind of straight up and down, lining up with the edges of your paper, or you can do diagonals coming from each corner. Either way. All right, so yours should look something like this. The goal is to have your circle divided into 4 equal parts, just like the Ojibwe medicine wheel or circle of life. So that's how mine starts. And now it's time to add some color. Think about which colors you want to use. In the Ojibwe medicine wheel, each color represents something. They use black, red, white, and yellow. You're going to use different colors because you're making it your own. So think about what colors represent you. I shared that document with kind of what colors represent, and I'll put it up here one more time. So here's that color wheel with all the different color meanings. I picked yellow for optimism, light blue for flexibility, purple for imagination, and pink for creativity. All right, so now that I've picked my colors, I'm gonna do one color in each section of my design. Right, so I just finished adding the color. I didn't color the whole section, each section with color. You could if you want to. I just decided to do kind of a band around the outside and a circle in the middle. But I am going to use more of that color in each section. So now it's time to do symbols. You want to think about at least one symbol for every section of your circle. You can do more if you want. More is great, but you have to have at least one. So I'm going to think about symbols that kind of relate to the colors and the traits that I picked. So yellow was about optimism, positivity. So maybe I'll do a plus sign. Your symbols don't have to be super complicated. Simple is sometimes better. My light blue is about flexibility. So maybe I'll draw like a rope tied into a knot, kind of showing how it's flexible and can bend into different shapes. For the pink, that's creativity. Maybe I'll draw some of my art supplies. And then purple is imagination. So maybe I'll draw like a thought bubble. So I'm going to get to work on adding those symbols. Remember, at least one, more symbols the better. So I'm all finished. Last thing I want to do, like we always do, is take a picture and put it in my slides. And there's one extra thing I want you to do this week, so make sure to watch. So pull up your slides, either from the chat or from the art tab in Google Classroom, whichever way you know how to find them. Click the plus sign to add a slide. And we're gonna wanna have a text box this week. Normally it's just the picture. So if this one comes up and you have a title, great, but let me also show you how to do it. So you go to Insert, text box, and then you get this little plus sign. And so I'm going to drag that across, give myself some space, maybe make it a little bigger. And if you have this black background like I do, you're probably going to want to change your font color to something you can see. So I changed mine to white. So what I want to put in here is the 4 colors that I used and what they mean. Once I add that, then I just want to add my picture like normal. So insert, image, camera, hold up my artwork. You can have your face in it or not. All right, take your picture. If you like how your picture is, click on it and click insert. All right, then I usually just like to resize it and make it nice and big and put it in the center. All right, then I'm done.